Hello everyone, I'm Max and welcome to RimWorld. I'm going to be trying the RimWorld Community Challenge for June of 2023, which is the Drug World Challenge. That is, you've got 10 hours to produce as many drugs as you can with your colony. That's time recorded by the in-game timer, so it's not impacted by pausing or speeding up. You've just got 10 hours of playtime to try and produce as many drugs as possible. There are a few quirks that we'll find out as we get in. I've decided to do this having seen Adam versus Everything talk about it on his stream, and thought it would be fun to record my attempt and put it on YouTube. So I've downloaded the save file from the website and let's jump into it. Okay, perfect. So we are starting with what's essentially the crash landed start. So we've got 3 colonists and they have all been set by Adam. You can see we've got MJ, who is our main planter, who's good at social. We've got Sally D, who is our constructor, miner, secondary planter, and also has the passion in shooting. And then we've got Lucy Diamonds, who is our main cook, our crafter, and also has medical and intellectual skills alongside the shooting. So I'm going to assign the guns out, and you have a melee skill, so you can have that. Then I expect our cook will probably have more time than our constructor, so I'll do it that way around. And let's give our melee individual the helmet and the flak vest. On this map, the way Adam described it is he wanted us to have a choice. We could either choose to settle in the north, where there's a bit more space, you're a bit further from the edge of the map, and so it's probably a bit easier to defend, or you could choose to cross the river and go to the fertile land where there's the fertile soil that's showing up here. And so I think rather than stay in this area, I'm going to move across to the biggest area of fertile soil and set up my base there. So I'm going to create an initial stockpile zone down here that they can start pulling all the resources to. But before we do that, let's go in and just change priorities a bit to what we'd like. I'm not going to faff with these ones too much, but let's just bring everything down to Hall other than our constructor. We want the construction to be more important. And I will allow everything on the map, but I do want them to prioritise hauling the wood down. So let's let them equip their weapons, and then you can come up and haul that. And yeah, we're going to need some food down there, so you can take that, and then we'll get you to haul wood as well, so we can get started on construction projects south of the river. They are going to get a bit of a mood hit from crossing the river, but hey ho, I think it's better to just get it all started now. While they're doing that, I'm going to lay out a plan. I think probably let's go. Let's do it this way. I'm going to be just doing a bit of a 13 by 13 grid initially. Seen other people do it. It works for me when I've done it before. So that can just be the kind of rough outline, and we will need to eventually wall in this whole area, but this at least gives us a a good starting point. Let's make that a little bit bigger. And okay, you're hauling some steel back, that's fine. Most important thing in the game is of course table. So let's put that there, and let's get 2 chairs, and then we're going to need beds as well, so let's just pop down 3 of those. And what I will do, in fact I'd really rather we just leave that for later actually. Let's get you to actually pull some of the priority items, like more wood down here. Okay, perfect. Normal, okay, I'm hoping for some good beds, but we'll take normal for sure. And then in fact we are going to want an initial grow zone of rice. I never particularly mind when I overlap it a little bit with not brilliant soil, purely because it spreads out the harvests a little bit. I don't particularly mind that, but obviously we will want to be making the most of this super fertile soil where we can. Those will probably then get prioritised for cutting, which is good, but having these ones, let's throw plant cut on you, get that going for sure. Okay, perfect. So we'll want to get this initial shelter all set up pretty quickly, but to be honest, a lot of this first day is just going to be bringing items down. I think what I'm going to do, given it could be a little while, is just throw a few shelves down as well. Let's prioritise the beds first. Another normal bed. Please say you can, yeah, you can just get started on that, which is great. And a good bed, cool. Let's get some more of this wood due to be harvested, so that Sally stays here and can keep constructing things rather than crossing the river. Well done, MJ and Lucy. That's probably less of a priority to bring down. Same with some of this steel for the time being. We really want to get the, I mean, obviously it's not bad having a bit, but we really want to get the items that will lose quality, durability. We want to stop them deteriorating. Okay. Come consume some food, Sally. Alright, have a chat. In fact, while we're at it, that's not a bad moment for us to edit the schedules. I am going to go biphasic, but I don't think I'm going to do that yet, so I'm just going to, let's get rid of all of those for now and do just those 4 hours as the kind of set time. Maybe let's go 11 rather than midnight. Yeah, increase your recreation a bit. That's not too bad. Okay, a hog. Hog the table to give 8 without table to MJ. Great, ideal. Remind me to make a third chair. Yeah, and in fact you're doing straight away. Let's link these settings, and I am actually going to prevent steel and stone blocks and silver from here, because in fact even wood, because we really want to prioritise the items that will deteriorate. I know wood deteriorates, but I'm not too worried about that compared to some of the other items. That's great. I think the next thing that's probably pretty important for us to just check is all of our characters are chemical fascination, but let's change that to attack, and I am going to change this all to Doctor Care with no medicine. I will change it if they have injuries that require it, but I don't want them to burn through good medicine on other things. Okay, perfect. So I am going to edit social policy to be a frequency thing, and I'm going to change it to every 3 days for beer and every 4 days for smoke leaf. And let's do, I do want it to trigger, because they have chemical fascination, but I don't want it to trigger too much. And so I think changing it to that should hopefully mean they are satisfied by the drugs that they're taking, but they're not going to lose out too much. And now we need to get to one of the most important parts of this playthrough, which is Sally. So Sally has Luciferium need. They started addicted to Luciferium, and we have been supplied somewhere. At least I hope we have. Let's hope it's somewhere. So that Sally doesn't die in 6 days' time. Because Luciferium is a great drug to be on, other than the fact if you don't have more of it, your colonists will die straight away. So super important that we do actually have some. I'm hoping I'm just not spotting it and it is here, otherwise we in trouble. I'm assuming I'm just missing it and it'll appear in the shelf at some point soon, but if it doesn't, I'll have to probably restart. There it is. See? Cool, we are all good. Great. Sure, they're sleeping not in a room, but that's not too bad. Normally, in fact, I think I want to do this first room out of wood rather than steel, because there's not that much steel on this map. Okay, I'm happy to. We definitely want those hauled. Okay. Structure. Let's do that for now, and we've got a bunch of chunks in there, so I'm going to create a dumping stockpile area, clear all but allow chunks. That should be both of those, and then let's get those out of here. We also want to start creating stone bricks as soon as possible, so let's get a stone cutter table down, and we will want that to start being planted. So let's go in and change haul now up to 4, and we're going to get MJ planting and growing as a matter of priority. Okay, and MJ is probably our best hunter as well, so I might switch around the weapons they've got. And we then definitely want you cooking as priority as well. Okay. Sally's getting more wood for building our initial structure, and looks to me like I forgot a torch. There we go. I did say I'd build another one of those, didn't I? Okay, this is good. This is a good initial base that we've got going. Get that all roofed. Oh, come on. Let's quickly change that and fill the rest, please. Thank you. Is this now a room unroofed by a bunch? Unroofed by 10. That looks like that needs cutting. And where is the rest? Last wall. Only above MJ's bed. That felt personal. Okay, cool. They have an actual structure and schedule. In fact, now a bit of time has passed. Let's do. I'm going to do a biphasic schedule of 3 hours of sleep. Like this. This should keep moods high, but given we're still so early, they probably still have some initial optimism and stuff, so I'm going to give them a bit less recreation time. I'm sure they'll still do all they need, and I can increase that a little bit. Okay, perfect. So what are the next things that I probably need to do? So getting stone, sandstone's the quickest to work with, so I want to do that forever for now, and then after that I'll do any stone blocks forever. And let's do a stockpile zone next to that, and this can just be 4 stone blocks preferred, and I would like you to drop on the floor the stone blocks, and the same for this one. Then we will want our cooking and butchering area as well. I think I'll do that down here. But yeah, getting a bit more planted would be good. And I am a little worried. Wait, they chewed through 8 beers already. Holy shit. I mean, looks like they have, but they are all on. Well, hopefully there's a 3-day timer on it now. And the other thing is, I do actually need to make a new policy, which is Sally D, which has Luciferium every 6 days, as well as beer every 4, and smoked leaf every 5. What was it? Something like that. So that should keep Sally taking Luciferium to stop her from dying, which definitely sounds like a plan. Okay, brilliant. Starting to get some stone bricks put together, which is great. And I would like to just cotton off an area for cycloid plants. So we are going to want to be making some cycloid tea for when we finally run out of beer and smoke leaf, which I expect won't be long. Maybe they've got some in their inventory. Hopefully that's what it is. Oh, they've just drunk all the beer. Chemical fascination. Perfect, but yeah, we'll be able to make smoke leaf. Not smoke leaf, psychoid tea. The other thing is you guys could do with a hoopstone ring and let's do that steel, a chess table as well. So they've got some recreation variety, and then I am going to want, I don't think I'm going to do power straight away. If you could just move that so I can place this fuel stove. And let's, in fact, structure sandstone. I would like a butcher table as well, please. Butcher table. Do that out of steel. That will be our cooking facilities, which will definitely be good to get up and going. Let's just drink that. There we go. So better. I might want a little bit more rice than that because I'm not quite sure how much I'll need. Is this in all growing zones? I think so. I think it probably is, but I'm going to put down a bit more rice just in case. Oh, visitor. Do you have anything to trade? Nope. Never mind. The other thing we are going to want to get sorted pretty soon is a trap tunnel, mainly just for safety, but we are playing on losing is fun difficulty, not 500% losing is fun, just default losing is fun, but that's still definitely Randy is out to, in fact I don't know if it is Randy, isn't it Cassandra? Let me just check. Options, gameplay, storyteller. It is losing is fun Cassandra. Okay, so yeah, it will be a little while before attacked and then she will, yeah, definitely be trying to kill us. So I want to get that trap tunnel set up. I'll let them build this bit first though, and I do want to put 2 torch lamps down. Let's get is that central? I think so. And I do want 2 shelves in my kitchen. I reckon that'll get finished off pretty quickly in the morning. Damn, quick job on the planting. That's great. How are we doing for food? We've still got a bunch of packaged survival meals. And you brought the money over. Not bad, not bad. Perfect. Now before you put things on these shelves, clear all, and I want to put vegetarian raw food on this side, clear all, and meat on this side. I do want to come in and get rid of insect meat because it's evil. I also would like to set up a stockpile zone here. Let me select it, thank you. And I'm gonna clear all. I'm gonna allow all foods, and I'm gonna put it to low. That's to make sure the meals that get dropped here are counted. And talking of meals, I'm gonna do simple meals, make until I've got 10. Yeah, 10 works for now. Then pause when satisfied, stop at 6. I want you to drop on floor, and I'm going to bring the ingredient radius right down. Stop them running off to get some berries on the other side of the map to get a bit of food. Close, that should be everything for that. And then for the butcher table, I like to do butcher creature until you have 100. This is 100 meat items. So that's a full stack of meat items. And in here we can put clear all. We would like corpses, animal corpses, and I will allow large, perfect. And again, I want to untick insect. Okay, so in this section I'm going to do, I don't remember which way. Let's do door, no, because melee blocking. Let's do that there, and then that's going to be our trap tunnel. But we definitely want this to be a room again. Please prioritise that, thank you very much. Cool, that is a room again, great. We'll keep working on that bit. Okay, so the trap tunnel is going to be essentially alternating fences and traps. So this allows your colonists to zigzag walk through them without ever having a chance of tripping their own traps, which is obviously a pretty good thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're probably, for safety, want to go a little bit further out. So I think that's a level I'm happy with. And I do want doors on either end so we can seal it off when Manhunter attacks happen. I don't want a whole bunch of animals triggering the traps for no reason. So yeah, that will definitely make me feel a lot more relaxed about it. I mean, we do have some alright starter weapons, and the fact they're all pretty good at shooting is really good, but there's certainly not that much firepower. Now we can allow these again. There's not that much firepower across a bolt action rifle and a revolver. Now I do have a few ship chunks. What, there's 2 at least about the place, which is pretty good. But I would happily sell some components at this stage. The trader came along with some good stuff that we needed. Let's speed this up. Okay, we have had a local squirrel go mad. It will attack everyone it sees. it's pretty close. Our people are all here. Let's bring them to here and keep our environmental. And with a quick cut to the body, MJ took that out. So that's the first threat of the series dealt with. Well done, MJ. Brilliant. It's also raining, so it was a little bit harder for Sally and Lucy to shoot that. So I am just going to. I've been default having the home zone be built, which is not ideal. I don't think that much sweeping has exactly happened, given that's not. But I would like all of this to be in my home zone, and to be honest, I think I'm happy with that being designated as well. I don't mind doing a few fire warning lines, but I'm sure we'll be able to pay attention to that happening. The other thing I turn on is the automatic rebuild of areas within the home zone as well. I find that's a useful one to have. Lucy wants to be indoors, so let's tick that off for them. That's halfway. And I will do one there to get through to that bit. Let's make this indoors. That seems sensible to me, and that'll keep them a bit happier. But I would also like them to drop the bolt action rifle, and I'm going to have MJ equip it for the time being. In fact, you can wander off, and then Lucy can equip it. And that's because MJ is our hunter, and there is some wildlife on this map, so I would like whichever of these things that's closest to be hunted, please. Won't be a bad thing to increase their shooting skill, and starting to rely on our own source of meat, I think would be really good at this stage. This truck tunnel was flying up, which is good to see. And I'd like that to be held open. Hopefully they'll... Okay. And actually I want to remove roof area from this middle section. Perfect, that's going to get blood in it, and the rain will clear it for us if we leave it open. And I'm leaving this closed at the moment, just I can open it when raiders come. But I don't want animals wandering into our main area at the moment or triggering the traps. And I've got a door on the end that we can close for when manhunter events happen, for example. I'm really happy then choosing the name for this colony. Fieldy, it's got to be of Drugos though. Fieldos of Drugos. Perfect. Let's throw those in there. A group of travellers are swearing at each other as they pass by. Lovely. Nothing for trade though. Okay, perfect. I'm definitely happy with how this is shaping up. That sounds like MJ is going for it with the hunting, which is brilliant. And as a result, we should see pretty quickly Lucy kick in on this. Maybe after this bit of Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Homegrown meals. Brilliant, so our trap tunnel is now sorted and we've got MJ planting a few more crops out over this way. Okay, our first raid. Let's see what this is. A group of pirates from the Club Monsters have arrived nearby. They will prepare for a while and then attack. Prepare a defence or attack them preemptively. We are being attacked by Audrey, Obs, Angust. They come first in the register. And they are, okay, 10 melee and they have a steel club. Okay, they are definitely decent. I wouldn't mind MJ coming out here actually. And Lucy, I'm going to stop what everyone's doing and just have them come out and meet this one person. I don't think we need to rely on our traps because they are just one individual. And let's get you into range. How's that doing? Almost. Take a few pot shots from out here, I think. Okay, perfect. One hit. Let's bring the other two a bit closer up as well. Range is definitely our friend in this situation. Okay. Oh, an amazing. And Audrey has been downed. That's great. Now, I don't love Gourmand, but I think I'll take anyone at this stage. And so I don't have a prisoner room yet, but this can be for prisoners. And then no one of you is good at medical. Lucy, I would like you to tend without medicine. Go back to what you're doing. You can go back to what you're doing. And then Lucy will capture them. Okay, that's great. And did I... Health, bio... No, I will change all defaults to be tend, but not with medicine. And how are you doing? 10 hours, we are fine. No need to worry about you. We could do with a prison though. We definitely could do with a prison. Down here, maybe best, or do we want it up here? I think maybe we go up here actually. So that would be... We want you to convert pretty soon, so I want it to be a relatively big room. That we can have multiple beds in, but for now it only needs to be one, and a torch. Yeah, you can work on the door first, sure. Now how are you doing down here? Okay, you are done. First time, capture. And that will bring orbs to here, and then we can get this prisoner cell set up. Okay, perfect. So Sally is just going to have this meal, and then we can just finish the roof on the prisoner cell, and that means that orbs is fully contained, and I can change this and I will switch this straight to recruit. We could do with the extra pair of hands, that is for sure. And I think that means that we have managed to cross the river. We've got a decent base fully started with a trap tunnel and a bunch of crops planted. We've got going our stone production and our meal supply, and we've had our first raid. So I'm going to cut this one out here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the first episode, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.